Good morning, everybody. I ain't as tall as him. So, for people that don't know who I am, I'm JT Hustles. 47,000 followers on Instagram, 196,000 subscribers on YouTube. That sounds cool if we in high school because it's just a vanity metric. What's most important is how do we turn those followers, those subscribers into dollars. So the best month that I ever had on social media, we did 120K. That's profit, not gross. The worst month that I've had in the last 2 years, we did $30,000. That's profit, not gross. So that's why I'm here today. Sheree kind of set me up because I'm from South Carolina. I got a South Carolina education. So I usually talk slow because I think slow. But I got 15 minutes to say everything that I want to say. So I'm trying to do it, right? So I want everybody here to understand, first and foremost, that you already have a social media brand. So when I say your social media brand, it's your online reputation as it is perceived in the eyes of your ideal client, right? So I'm gonna use my friend Jeremiah here as an example, right? So we all have a reputation. One of the brands that I own is called Richer Than a Drug Dealer, right? So on face value, you might say, we don't like that, we don't promote drug dealing, it has something to do with being something illegal, right? But then if he turns around and puts the hood on so they can see it, right? Step over here. It'll tell you that rich is not just other pockets, be rich in spirit, be rich in health, be rich in happiness. So it's a holistic brand. The reason why I use him as an example, thank you, brother. The reason why I use that as an example is because on social media, you might have a brand, which you already do because you got a reputation, but your audience may not understand your brand. So it doesn't matter how many followers you have, right? Lots of times people think you got to make money on social media by having a lot of followers. What's the most important thing on social media is your community, right? When I say your community, I mean the relationship that you have with your followers. One of my clients had less than 5,000 followers. He was making 20K a month, right? Because you can have 100,000 followers, but if you say, hey, everybody cash out me $1, I guarantee you, you're not gonna get $100,000. So it's super important that we all realize that one, we have an online brand on social media, so now we can be more conscious of how do we leverage that. Something else that I want to tell people about everywhere I go is that it doesn't matter what you're selling. Lots of times people get hung up on the idea of I need to find a high ticket item or I got to invent the next best thing. That's not important, right? Supreme makes over $10,000 a month selling t-shirts. Country Wayne makes over $10,000 a month selling jokes. I make over $10,000 a month selling time. So as long as it's legal, as long as it's ethical, it doesn't matter what you're selling. Even if you don't have a product, they have something called a lifestyle brand where companies will literally pay you money just for the exposure on your platform. I don't know if anybody here has ever ordered stuff from China, Alibaba.com, AliExpress.com, but it's a vendor for anybody that may not know that you can order stuff from China and get it here, right? Alibaba.com gives me $2,000 for every time I mention them in a video, right? So I talk about them a lot because it's an easy $2,000. You don't have to buy anything because you watch my video, right? Just me mentioning them enough is grounds for them to pay me because the community that I built, right? And it's people that have less followers than me that have the same deal and are making money. So I want everybody to realize that you don't gotta have a ton of followers to make this amount of money, and you don't have to have a secret product. The most important things on social media is your community, your relationship that you have amongst those people. So I got 3 key points that I utilize for myself and for my clients in order for us to create content that builds our community, and then we can later monetize that community. So the acronym is PCT. So if you remember anything from me talking today, if you can remember PCT, right? So the P stands for proof of concept. So if you're on social media, I don't care what your thing is. if you're trucking, if you're dispatching, if you're insurance, whatever it is that your social media is about, you need to have proof of concept. When I say proof of concept, that means that it's evidence that you can deliver the desired feeling that I want to have, I being whoever follows you. Because sales are made initially based off of emotions, and then they're later justified with logic, right? So sales are initially made based off of emotions, right? You don't buy a Rolex just because you want to know what time it is. You don't buy a Mercedes-Benz just because you want to get to work, right? So on your own social media, whatever it's about, understand that one thing that you got to deliver every single day in every single post is proof of concept. Give me evidence. The people that come across your YouTube, your Facebook, your Instagram, whatever platform you so choose, your TikTok, give me evidence that if I rock with you, whether I buy something or I pay you with my eyeballs, with my attention, that you're going to deliver that feeling, right? Because that's what people want. The C stands for consistency, right? Consistency, there go my South Carolina education, right? So consistency stands for, or when I say consistency, what I'm referring to is the science of undiminishing quality. When I say consistency on social media, I'm talking about the science of undiminishing quality. If we're trying to lose weight and we say we're going to change our diet and work out, and we do it for a week and then we go back to whatever we was eating and whatever we was doing, we're not going to consistently lose weight. So on social media, it's the same thing. Now, the dope thing about consistency as it pertains to social media is you decide what consistency means as far as, are you going to upload once a day, twice a day, 3 times a week? Whatever it is, it's super important that your audience knows, right? So if JT is going to upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, my audience need to know that I'm going to upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday so that I can consistently build that community and later monetize them, either if I want to sell something directly to them, or I'm going to take those data matrix, right, that engagement, and then I'm going to go to a company and say, you can give me X amount of dollars to get the exposure, right? For anybody that may not know, that last year alone, over $40 billion in revenue was generated via social media. So you could just think about what percentage of $40 billion do you need to have to be all right. So $10,000 a month is not an unrealistic amount of money, right? But it takes that P, it takes that C, and the T is thoughtfulness, right? And they telling me my time almost up, so I got to speak a little faster. So thoughtfulness for everybody that's here is lots of times we want to sell people what we want people to have. What I sell on social media, I also give away for free, right? When you buy something from me, you buying the time. You can buy a book and learn it in 3 hours, or you could watch 1,000 YouTube videos. Either way, I get paid. So the T is for thoughtfulness. So think about what is the feeling that that end consumer wants to have from consuming your content. If you do these 3 things consistently, it's not magic, right? It's a science to it. That's how I've grown. That's how my clients have grown. To date, my clients alone have generated over $10 million in revenue, and this is the simple blueprint that we follow over and over and over again, right? So happy Trucker Appreciation Week. Thank y'all for your time, and if you want to see me, I'm at the Richer Than a Drug Dealer booth.